industrial multibillionaire who also had been the U.S. CIA director for 10 years. He had had his headquarters in England, offices in 20 capitals around the world, and divided his time between running his dozens of conglomerates and tracking terrorists. He was 72 years old, had a full head of white hair, and always wore a suit with a red carnation in his coat buttonhole. His lead man in the group was Wade Thorne, ex-CIA agent and horse rancher from Idaho, who was tops in the field of detection and enforcement in the anti-terrorists arena. After 8 years of doing field work for the CIA, he was an expert on the international crime scene. Wade's partner on this mission was Chet Cunningham, ex-FBI agent and a lawyer who ran the triathlon in her native Hawaii. She was the team's logic guru and evaluator, and could carry her weight with any of a dozen hand and shoulder weapons. The fishing craft bumped against the side of the freighter and gunned its engine to match the speed of the larger ship. A crewman dropped down a line fastened to a cleat on the freighter. It was caught below and tied to a fitting at the bow. The big ship continued its forward speed. 2 heavy bumpers along the side of the fishing boat cushioned the steel-against-steel contact. Another crewman lowered a rope ladder. "Let's choggy out of here," Wade said. The 2 moved to the freighter's rail. Wade went down first. The rope swayed and slammed against the side of the freighter with the movement of the big ship. It reminded him of the times he had gone down a rope landing net from a 50-foot training tower. He hit the bottom of the ladder, stepped onto the fishing boat rail, and jumped to the sloping deck. He skidded on a fish fillet carcass, then steadied. He swung his MP5 up, clicked off the safety, and covered the 3 men who stood on the other side of the boat. Wade snapped off 2 phrases in Arabic. The correct answers came back at once in the same tongue. Wade gave the ladder 2 jerks. Cat crawled over the rail and climbed down as if she did this sort of exercise every day. Twice, the rope and her body swung away from the big ship, then slammed back into the side of the freighter. She remembered to let go of the rope at the instant of contact, then grabbed it again quickly. She soon stepped over the rail and onto the fishing boat. One of the 3 Lebanese held his hat over his chest and nodded. Wade could smell the results of the day's work of catching, cleaning, and icing down the fish. The Lebanese man's face showed plainly in the weak lights on the craft, and Wade saw that the wind and water-reflected sun had turned the fisherman's skin into the shade of old leather. Wade figured the man at about 40. He had small brown eyes, peering from under heavy brows, and a bushy black mustache. "Welcome. We are on time, no?" the captain asked in English. "You are on time. Good. How long to the dock?" Wade asked. "My English is good, yes? We are about an hour to the dock, or another place if you want." "We need a safe landing where no one will see us," Cat said. The captain turned to her, his eyes flashing. "Oh, a woman. A most brave and courageous woman. I congratulate you. In my country, women are not as free, can't dress." He stopped. "Now we must leave." One of the men untied the line from the fishing boat's bow and threw off the rope ladder. At once the big ship surged away from the smaller one. The second man had moved to the cabin, and the fishing boat turned and slanted toward the east at full cruising speed. Wade watched the glowing green phosphorescence of the wake. By the action of the water, he figured they were making about 10 knots. Good. The captain, with the wind-burned face and probing eyes, rubbed one hand through his thick, dark hair. "We wish you well. We came to the same dock at dusk each day for 3 days, yes?" "Yes," Wade said. "Half the pay when we land, the other half when we get back to the freighter." Yes, we can do it. We fish only a little."